Chapter 13. Has anyone ever rescued you figuratively or literally? Well, I in previous chapter I talked about my faith and how I was brought up. So I didn't I didn't have to be rescued from drinking or drugs or because that's stuff that's human weaknesses. But even gambling, I didn't do any. I did with normal stuff. But I remember because I lived in a neighborhood that sort of turned a blind eye to many of the boys that lived there, or even celebrated them. I went to a lot of parties for kids of the boys, and they were great hosts, and the neighborhood was what it was because of them. It was the safest neighborhood in the city. I don't care what you say. You could even put Fordham in there. No, no, no. This was safe because they were always out. They were always watching. A woman could walk in the street 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody do nothing because they're always watching. And if you did anything, boy, it got back to your parents in 2 minutes. So I was working for the A&P, and I was making a few bucks. And this my neighbor, who was a big shot, he had his own business. It's like the cardboard business in New York. He says to me, "Who takes the cardboard?" He says, "The garbage man." He said, "They're not supposed to. The cardboard is mine." He says, "You know what? I'm going to offer you a job. I'm going to buy you a new car. I'm going to pay you this much," which was much more than I was making. "And all you have to do is follow garbage trucks and tell him who took his cardboard." Sounded like an easy thing to do. I said, "Oh, this is terrific." So I got all excited. I ran up to my mother and I said, "Ma, I got a great job. All I got to do is follow garbage trucks and tell so-and-so if they're picking up his cardboard." And my mother, in her wisdom, "And who's following you? You tell so-and-so, thank you, but no thank you." So I told him, and he understood. In fact, I'll tell you a little story about my brother was driving this guy's daughter to a Catholic school in Fordham every day because my brother went to Fordham University. And we had an old car he had a Cadillac. We have this junky car. It was a junk. And he said to my father, "Chris, I want to fix your car up. I want to buy you a new car," he started off. And my father said, "No, no, no, no. He didn't buy me no new car." He says, "Well, at least let me take the car and fix it up. Get it maintained." Well, being that the windshield wipers didn't work, the brakes were low. Oh, okay. When that car came back, I didn't recognize it. He did everything new. Everything. Oh my God, the car it never looked like that. New tires, brakes. I think he put the wedge in it. I swear the car was brand new, other than it was the same car we gave him. And that was fun. Oh, and another time, I was on strike for 7 months. And I was, I'm young. I just bought a house that I could hardly pay for. And I had to hustle. And I hustled I hustled. I even hired people. I hired people that were on strike. But I did anything If you needed brain surgery, I'd say lay down. I did everything and anything to make money, and I made a lot of money. In fact, I bought a laundromat, and I had pickup and delivery, and that business grew like you would believe. They loved me. I didn't. You think I had a scale? I said, well, that's $4. That's $6. I mean, and there was nobody in the laundromat in the day anyway, so I hired a woman that would do the laundry, and then I pick it up at night and deliver it to them. So I was doing really well, but not everybody knew that. You know, they figure I'm on strike for 7 months. You know, you got to be hurt. So I get a knock on the door, and this is my neighbor, and he says, "Bob, I know you're on strike, and I guess, you know, things get a little tough for you. And I just received my back pay in overtime that I work from the police department, and I'd like to give it to you." No, he said give. He didn't say loan. He said give. And I hope it helps you out. Well, I didn't take the money, but that was an attempt at a rescue, and it was very heartwarming that he did that. And we stayed friends, you know, for years. Well, anyway, that's my story about rescue. So there it is, in the books.